you know, the other thing is, I become a horror movie fan, and I get scared, you know, and being an actor, I think you kind of get visceral. When I read a book or when I watch a movie or TV show, I sort of put myself into it because I so much know the process of making film, and I so much love the process that, you know, your takes, the number of cameras you use, where they're usually placed, and I can tell what kind of shot it is, and I can sometimes tell if it's been voiced over or if they're using the raw footage from the set. So I'm sort of analyzing it, and then I usually find one or two characters that I identify with. So when I watch horror, I get scared out of my mind, and I hate it when I can figure out who's going to be a victim. You know, even though I've been a victim in films, I've been killed in a number of different fascinating ways. It's fun on the set, but I get involved. I feel like I'm the real person living through that. So I have a hard time watching them. So I watch them piecemeal, but I love to watch the little pieces of them. But being known for working with Rob Zombie, and for Devil's Rejects,
that's like the new big thing. Right?
It's just I guess it's
crazy. I mean,
it's
like
really
a
hot
cult
now.
Rob Zombie thing.
Yeah. Now I was a cult for Rob Zombie music fan, and I never thought I'd meet him. I never thought our paths would cross. You know, what we do is so different. Even though I was a music major in college and an opera singer when I started, I just think his lyrics are dynamite, and his persona is so interesting. And then to get to play Mother Firefly in The Devil's Rejects, it was a real stretch for me because I wanted to play those roles in the opera. It's one of the reasons I was attracted to it. The great tragedians, the ones who sing, really loud and jump off the parapets and, take a stake to the heart to save their lover. I mean, I think those great grand emotions that they live in all of us, but unless we see something that's really grand, we don't get moved like that. Or in case something in life calls for that grand emotion to come up, and it's something terribly tragic or extremely exciting. But I think that we all kind of long to go to those places, because life can sometimes be a little bland and the same. So I always wanted to do that. And man, I read that material from Mother Firefly, and I said, this is the best part I have ever had come across my fax machine. So I was in New York when I got the sides, and I went down to the subway to work on them, because all that screaming and all that stuff in the chains, I needed to, because I had to fly right to LA. I think I flew in to LA and put on a little makeup and went to that audition. I think I may have gotten back to LA the day of the audition. So I needed to not just read it, I needed to screen it to see if I could do it, because it spoke to me. My husband, who was a writer, television writer and film writer, was just laughing at me. He thought I was crazy, because you really want to do that? I went, oh my God, it's what I live for. So
you had to go there.
Yeah, so in the subway you can scream. Nobody notices. Everybody else is screaming for one reason or another. Rob will never mislead an actor. He's so great. You feel so much trust for him.
Any, I don't know, any cute, quirky Rob Zombie stories?
Oh, really?
Like something just totally
I went to his birthday party, and he was wonderfully decorated. He had hired people to do mummies, and they're walking around. Plenty of great. But Rob is, of course, you know how adorable he is. And his dear friend Alice Cooper was there. So, I'm thinking, oh, that's so cool. So I'm running around with Patricia Arquette. We're outside smoking cigarettes because, our husbands don't know. And she doesn't really, and I don't really.
Right.
And so I come in and I see that Rob and Alice are standing together, and their backs are to me. So I thought, I'm old enough to get away with this. So I went out and I pinched them both on the butt, and I said, I'm old enough to do this. And they turned around, and they were like, huh? And I said, I don't know why I did it, or why I wanted to do it, but it was just so funny to be in the position where I could actually do that and not get hit.
Yeah, I'm sure most people would be too scared to do that. But good for you.
I just said, hey. But Rob used to throw parties at his house in the backyard when we were doing the movie, and everybody in the cast would be invited. And that's how we became a family. And who would think that, Rob, Mr. Barbecue? You just wouldn't. But he was such a great host, and he would always make sure that everybody met everybody that might have been new.
Really?
At the beginning, when I met Matthew McGrory, Matthew, you're wonderful, departed Matthew, Rob said, I want you to meet the fellow who played your son, Tiny. And he's not doing very well. And if you can, get to know him quickly. And at that, he took me a sensitive thing to do, because then I had a chance to bond with Matthew, and his death was really a surprise, even though I knew that it was imminent. And I just helped him out of his wheelchair into the car at opening night of the movie at Comic-Con in San Diego, and when we'd both been arguing with the advertising department, and he was still wah, wah, wah. But he was just a wonderful, dear man. And then, you know, just short of 2 weeks later, I got the news. So that's Rob. You know, he's just he'll push you as far as he can,
Yeah, he sounds like he's in touch with other people.
which we really love as actors.